Hello everybody, it's Miss Broad and this is the English lesson for Monday the 1st of February. We're into a new month of homeschooling. You're all doing such a brilliant job. Now in English today we are learning to research. What does the word research mean? Have a little think. Research means finding out information about a topic. So it can be any topic at all. Maybe you want to find some information out about dogs or dragons or cats or trees or flowers. Maybe even superheroes. Well, we are going to be researching, finding out some information about a real life superhero, a very special lady. I wonder if you might be able to guess who that is. Yes, of course, it's Florence Nightingale. Now, I'm going to talk you through 3 different ways that you could do some research on this special lady. Okay, now the first way is one of my favourite ways of doing research, and that's by looking at a non-fiction book about the person that you're researching. Now, it's a little bit tricky at the moment because of COVID-19. Normally, I would say go to the library or the school library and get out some books about her because they're full of information and you can do lots of research from a non-fiction book. Now remember, a non-fiction book contains real facts about a subject. A fiction book is a storybook that's made up in the imagination of the author. So a non-fiction book is a really good source for research. It's a really good way of researching somebody and finding out information because the facts in it are real. And if I open the contents page of this book, you can see that I am able to find out lots of information about the story of her and about her as well. Okay, so that's one way that you can do research. The next way that you could do some research is by going on the internet with a grown-up. It's so important that you go on with a grown-up to do this job and not by yourself, okay? And you can put into a search engine like Google, you can put in there questions about Florence Nightingale that you want answered, and usually you will get lots of answers. Now just remember though, be very careful because on the internet sometimes what we read isn't true. So it's really important that you make sure that you're going to a site that tells you real information. So there is a Florence Nightingale website all about her, and I will put the link underneath this video so that you can go and have a look on there to do your research, to find your information if you'd like to. But I'm also going to do a third way to help you research this lady. Now you've already done part of this for me by sending Florence Nightingale lots and lots of questions. Now some of you have already been doing some research about this wonderful lady, and because of that you know that she died quite a long time ago. So she can't really answer your questions, can she? Well, through drama and something called hot seating, you can find some information out. Hot seating is a really great way of finding out some information. So over the last few days, I've been doing my own research. I've been finding out information about Florence Nightingale myself using all of your fabulous questions. And I'm going to sit in my chair as Florence Nightingale and answer those questions for you. Okay, so I have researched this properly and I've got it from books and I've got it from the Florence Nightingale website, so you can trust the information that I'm giving you. And I'm going to be turning myself into Florence Nightingale and you're going to hot seat me with your questions. So I've got a list of questions that I'm going to be answering for you, all about Florence Nightingale. So well done to everybody who did the question mark lesson last week, because those questions are the ones that I'm going to use for this session. So I'm going to leave you for 1 minute, and when I come back, I won't be Miss Broad anymore. I'm going to be Florence Nightingale herself. See you soon. Hello children, I am Florence Nightingale, and I am here today to be hot-seated to answer some questions about the life of me. I know that you are doing some research about my life and you're trying to find some interesting facts. And you've sent many questions to your teachers for me to answer. And I will try to answer as many questions as I can, as truthfully as I can. But I would also like you to do some research of your own. The first question I was asked was why I was called the Lady with the Lamp. I was called the Lady with the Lamp because during the Crimean War, I used to carry a lamp around the wards of the hospital with me to comfort the soldiers. Some children asked me why I didn't walk to the battlefield. The answer to that is quite simple. It was too far away. I had to travel from England all the way to Turkey, which was a really long way away. Some children asked me if I got there in a car. Well, the answer to that was no. I didn't go on an aeroplane either. I travelled to Turkey to the Crimean War on a sailing boat, which took many days to get there. Another question I was asked is if I ever won any awards. And the answer is yes, I did. I won the Royal Red Cross from Queen Victoria, something I was very proud of. Someone asked me if I owned a pet dragon. Well, the answer was no, I didn't own a pet dragon. But I did have an unusual pet. I owned a pet owl who I called Athena. I used to carry her on my shoulder. Some children asked me how old I was. Well, I was 90 years old when I passed away in 1910. I am no longer living. I was born in 1820 but died in 1910. Some children asked me if I enjoyed eating tea and if I liked spaghetti bolognese. Well, while I can't answer that question completely truthfully, I can tell you that living to the age of 90 suggests that I did enjoy eating my tea. And I was born in Italy, where spaghetti bolognese is a local dish, so I might have done. A lot of children asked me if I had any boyfriends, if I'd ever got married, and if I had any children. The answer to all three of those questions is no. I never got married, I didn't have any boyfriends, and I didn't have any children. 2 people asked me to marry them, but I refused their proposals. I believed that I was dedicated to a life of nursing and therefore didn't want to get married or have any children of my own. Some children asked me if I'd cut off anybody's legs. Now, I can't answer this question completely honestly because I'm not sure, but I can say that I probably didn't. That would have been a job for a doctor. As a nurse, I was required to dress wounds, to look after the poorly, to feed them, and to nurse them back to health. I wouldn't have been doing any operations. One child asked me if I lived in Italy for all of my life, and the answer to that is no, I lived in many places. One of the places that I lived, you will know very well because I lived in Derbyshire, where you live. And there is a statue in Derbyshire dedicated to me and my life, and you can still visit it to this very day. I was asked if I had any brothers or sisters. I didn't have any brothers, but I did have a sister who was called Frances Parthenope, and she was also named after a city in Italy. Some children asked me how many nurses I trained. Well, I took 34 nurses with me to the Crimean War, and I was there for 1.5 years, which is a very long time to be away from home. When I came back, I did open a nursing school to teach other people, but I had other nurses to help me with that. So over the years, there was a lot of people who were trained by me or people who worked with me. I was also asked about why I decided to spend my money on doing that. And the answer is, I just thought that nursing was an excellent profession and I wanted other people who were as dedicated as me to do a really good job. So I wanted to teach them well. So that's why I spent my money on a school for nursing. I hope I've managed to answer some of your questions and given you a few more facts about my life. And I hope that you will go away and answer some more questions of your own using your books or perhaps the internet. For now, I will pass back to Miss Broad. Bye for now. Well, there we go then, everybody. Those are your 3 ways of finding out some information about Florence Nightingale. You can look in books, you can look at the internet, or you can rewind and have a look at the hot seating again to answer a few more of your questions. Find as many facts as you can and then think about what your favourite facts are. And then I'm going to leave it up to you to decide how you're going to record this. You could write down your favourite fact, remembering your capital letter at the start, finger spacers and a full stop. But if you are a bit tired and you don't want to do any writing today, that's okay too. Maybe you could do some hot seating like me. Perhaps you could dress up as Florence Nightingale and answer some questions from your mum and dad. Remember to keep the facts as truthful as you can and make sure you answer all of the questions to the best of your ability if you're going to do hot seating. Let your teacher know how you get on by either sending your favourite fact or a quick video or picture of you hot seating Florence Nightingale. Good luck everybody, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.